Hey everybody, it's BB. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, thanks for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, I love you even more. Now you're probably going, what is this hot mess sitting here? Well, I'm getting ready to go to a 3-day crop. And I'm just taking out some of my basic things that I will be taking with me. So, first of all, some of the things I think about when I'm going to a crop is, first of all, how long is it? The length of it. Is it a 1-day or a weekend crop? And 2, the location. These are important because I just went to a crop where it was at an elementary school. And the Wi-Fi was very spotty. They were having security issues. So if you had a Cricket or a well, not Silhouette, but yeah, anybody trying to use their internet was really having a hard time. So that's something to consider. So the next time I go to that particular school, I will go old school and take my Cricket Expression, so I know I won't have that issue to deal with. So, but this is a 3-day crop at a Marriott hotel nearby, so I'll just drive back and forth. And that's another thing for consideration. If you want, 1, the extra expense, or 2, are local and can travel back and forth. And you know, I want to see my hubby and my doggy at night. So I will be taking my Cricket Explorer Air 2 here. And those of you that have asked, I got this at a bundle HSN a few years ago, and it came with the carrier. So I will be taking my iPad. I will be taking an OttLite for extra lighting. And this jumbo mumbo here is a little holder that has all kinds of stuff crammed in there. I like to take a lot of stuff, but then again, it's like when you go on a cruise, you take way too much, so you got to kind of scale back on what you need. I'll be taking my ATG gun, and I have a can here with all kinds of scissors and tools for the Cricket. I have my Crop-A-Dile, I have some washi tape, all kinds of binder clips. Those come in very, very handy for all kinds of projects. I always bring a little pin cushion, never fails. Somebody needs a pin or a safety pin, and I use it to unclog my glue. The other thing I'm bringing here is this bag, and the bag will have all my cords, so I know where they are, all in one place. So I'm going to get out the other materials I'm bringing and talk about more, some tips on what to do when you're going away for a crop. Okay, see you in a few. Okay, so I use one of these Crop and Style. It's almost like a little luggage carrier on wheels here, you can see. Okay, you can fit so much in these, and I like that there's a flat top here so you can actually put more stuff on while you're pulling. I always bring a little garbage can with me. Sometimes they're provided, sometimes they're not. This is one I got at the Dollar Tree, and put Oscar the Grouch on here, the trash man from Sesame Street. And some of the other things that's interesting is that for this, hopefully you can see in here, I have a lot of distress inks and other kinds of inks with the stamp blocks. And what I do is keep them in here. This is where I store them, and I have more on the other side here, but don't need to bore you with that. And what I'm doing on this particular crop is I got a great deal on a bunch of chipboard. One of my friends is destashing, and she usually does a lot of day crops, hosts them herself, but she was destashing, so I bought every piece that she had. So I've been working on Christmas albums. So what I'm doing is taking the paper collection with some embellishments and ribbon, making little kits here to take with me. And I think I've got about 15 or 20 bags in here. So that will keep me busy for a while. The other thing that I recommend is if you can kind of pre-plan what you want to do for a crop, if you can pre-cut as much as you can, just in case there's an internet issue, or God forbid something happens to your machine while you're there, or if you can, just pre-cut as much as you can. it's just nice to be able to blaze through and get some work done. So that's one of my tips for you. Okay, and I'm going to move over to the other side of the house here and get my other bag out for you. Okay, hang on. Okay, one of the other things I'm taking is this rotary cut mat, just to protect the table at the hotel. It's usually a nice linen tablecloth, and if by some chance I spill something, at least I've got that. I know it's not my tablecloth, but I still want to keep it nice if I can. Okay, this is my other one here, my other little pulley. And in here, I just keep, for crops, it's basically solid paper, my Martha Stewart scoreboard here, a Fiskars cutter, and a couple Cricut mats. I also take coupons, and these are just some watercolor crayons, and the reason I have them in there is that, hang on one second here. Sorry, everything's messed up. The reason I have that in there is that sometimes you need a color, you don't have it, got white paper, you can use the crayon, so that's good for that. And there's one other thing I needed to talk to you about, so I will be right back for that. Okay, so these are some of the things I do when I get ready for a crop. And like I said, some of the things to take into consideration are the length of the crop. Is it a one-day one? If it's a one-day crop, don't be tempted to bring everything that you have in your craft room. Plan accordingly, a lot less headaches, loading, unloading. Some crops you go to, you're lucky enough to have some people helping you, which is awesome, and it helps on your back. If you're going to a hotel like I'm going to, there will be the luggage carts, so that makes things a little bit easier. The location, again, is very, very important. Like at a hotel, we're going to have good internet, I know that, but that is something to keep in mind. So if you know you're at a place that's sketchy on the internet, you may want to consider pre-cutting or bringing, go old school, bring your Cricut Explorer, and excuse me, not the Explorer, the Expression, or bring something that you don't have to cut out. You could organize photos, you could do a mixed media project, things like that. Just because it says scrapbooking crop, we have people that do all kinds of crafts, and that is just wonderful. So theme is important. Some crops have a theme, some don't. This one I'm going to will be a salute to veterans in honor of Memorial Day, and we're going to be collecting clothes for the in-house veterans that live in hospice, so that will be cool. The other thing to think about, I'm checking out my cheat sheet down below, supplies. What happens if you run out of glue? God forbid that you run out of glue. Will there be an on-site vendor? Or is there Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's or Walmart, Target, something close by where you can go buy glue or tape? So those are things to take into consideration, especially when if it's your first time. Don't be scared about it. You're going to meet a lot of great people, but just the prep work is the worst for anything. Whether you're having a medical procedure done, doing yard work, or whatever, the actual prep for the project is the worst. So these are just some of the things that I do. Hopefully I help somebody with a hint or two. I'm going to take some video from this crop because I went to this lady's in November and it was spectacular. And so I signed up for this one and her next one in November also. So it will be awesome. So tomorrow I will pack up the car and drive like 20 minutes, so which is awesome because I get to come home at night. And another one I'm going to in July, I'll actually be staying there. So that one, you know, I can stay up all night and party if I want to. Yeah, stay up past 9 o'clock. So anyway, so thanks for stopping by, and if you have any questions or comments, be kind, please. You know, I'll be happy to do what I can. So thanks so much for stopping by. Talk to you soon. Happy crafting. Bye now.